Hey guys, so this is my first time doing a YouTube video. Um, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to put myself out there. Um, I am not exactly sure, which this sounds terrible, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use as a topic. I have a lot of things that I would like to talk about and discuss. But if anybody has maybe some ideas, I do know that I'd like to do like a thing about pretty much an open book is what I was gonna pretty much put as my YouTube channel kind of description, which means like if anybody wants to talk about anything basically, mainly life challenges, everyday, just everyday things that a lot of people sometimes don't have somebody to talk to or think, oh, wow, that person's going through some things too. I'm not the only one. So that is what I'm trying to do right now. So right now I can only record. I need to get a webcam, so I will only be able to do recorded videos and then upload them to my channel. So if everybody still wants to describe, don't know if you can describe to it still or not. I'm hoping so because I'd like to get as many viewers as I can, and not because I'm trying to make a career out of this or anything like that, but I just don't want to feel like I'm alone, like I'm not wasting my time basically. So anyways, so yeah, I did a few videos on Facebook, which a lot of them were my friends and things that would watch them. And then I decided to kind of get outside of my bubble and decided to do a YouTube channel. I've seen a lot of other people do it, and it seems like it's not very, I don't know. I've always wanted to do it, but I was very self conscious and was always putting myself down because I need dentures, unfortunately, which, you know, unfortunately, I got a bad gene of having bad enamel, so I was very self conscious about getting on here and having people like think, "Oh my God, I don't want to watch her video. Look at her teeth." You know what I mean? So, but I don't care anymore. Like I'm just gonna put myself out there and see how it goes. I mean, the worst that could happen is nobody watches my video or people think, "Oh my God, this chick is crazy." So, but either way, I'm gonna put myself out there. So now that I've gotten that out, let's see. So right now I'm going through a lot. My mom just passed away 2 weeks ago now. So, and I'm in between places to live, unfortunately. So, I'm actually getting ready to go stay at an Oxford house. Right now I'm in a motel until next Thursday. So, and then I'm trying to get my daughter back, and that's the biggest thing I wanted to discuss on here is people that are going through DHS or CPS, whatever it may be called, in the town that you live in. There's a lot of discussions that I would like to have about that so that people know that they're not alone and try to get some people together to maybe try and put a stop to these people that think they can just get away with what they do. And don't get me wrong, there is DHS workers and CPS workers out there that are really trying to better people's lives, and I'm not saying that there isn't, but I unfortunately have not, came upon any of those. So, again, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna say. I'm really nervous right now. I don't really know, like I said, if anybody's even gonna pay attention to any of this. And right now, because I don't have a webcam, it's going to make it a little more difficult for me to do any live videos. So I'm going to try to get a webcam or get a laptop and get a web that has a little webcam thing. I'm going to try to get one this coming up month, actually. I might go through like errands or something and just get a laptop and then get a little webcam thing so I can just start doing my channel thing. And then, like I said, I think I'm just gonna say it's an open books type of thing. So, like, anything, everything, whatever. Like, not everything, but like, topics, like, not just one specific topic because, I feel like everybody's got things that they want to talk about, things they want to get out, and they may go to a channel that's only about pranks or a channel that's about clothing or, jewelry, whatever it may be. So this way people are like, okay, well, if I can talk about anything, this is bothering me, or maybe like, somebody, another viewer might have advice that they can give to that person. And that's what I'm trying to do, is it's kind of like a help type situation, like just basically people getting together and just basically being there for everybody. I don't know, something like that. So, but I'm gonna try to definitely have makeup on and stuff like that. Try to make myself feel a little bit better. I am quite funny, so I probably will do some jokes here and there. And I'm, wanting to try and see where this can go possibly. Like, I'm not expecting it to go really much far, but you never know. I mean, I've seen other people that have had YouTube channels that just sit there and talk about things like, books, or talk about CDs, or not CDs, but like, things like that. And they have like thousands of, like 100,000 viewers and stuff. So I kind of felt like I should put myself out there. Like, maybe I do have a chance to, possibly make it out of a career eventually. Like, that would be cool. But at the same time, that's not what I'm looking into. I would like to reach out to people that are having a hard time, or just want to give up, not give up like in the bad way, but I mean like are having a really tough time with life and feel like nobody's there or nobody gives a shit, and be like, no, that's not true, that you can, you take day by day basically. I unfortunately got my courage and my ability, like, to step out of my bubble, from a lady that is no longer here. I don't know if a lot of people have heard about Shanann Watts and her children. I'm sure a lot of people have, but so I watched all her videos, and she really just amazed me. Like, the things that she's gone through, the things she's overcame, the illness she had, the just being the shyness she was, and then how she just basically like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. Like, she was amazing. She just really made me feel like, okay, you can do this, like, you know what I mean? And so that's what I'm shooting for. That's why I wanted to do these videos, because I would like to be able to like tell her mother and them, because I know that they get on Facebook and stuff, but let them know that she's still helping people, no matter even the fact of the tragedy that happened. She is still helping people, and she's still giving them that courage to, go outside their bubble, or outside their comfort zone, I guess you could say. So, and I want to be able to do that. Like, there's so much I'd like to do. Like, I'd like to try the Thrive. I'd like to, maybe become a promoter of it, and before I would have never done that. Like, I would have been like, oh, my teeth are too bad. I can't put myself in this position. I'm just not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not, you know what I mean? And so, but it's not true. Like, I am good enough, and I know I'm having a hard time right now, but I really believe that things will eventually get better for me. And it's just, I have to basically take day by day and just keep continuing to work at the process of becoming a better person and doing better, because if I don't, nobody else is going to do it for me. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of being in this little bubble and always worried about everything, instead of enjoying the life I do have, and instead of letting it pass me by. I got really bad to where I was just watching TV every day, and just laying on the bed and watching TV and feeling like covered up with my blanket, was my like security, and it still unfortunately is in a sense. But so that's why I'm trying to step out of that, because that's not who I am. Like, I know that I'm like you know, like you know, pretty much I'm a butterfly. Like, I need to come out of my cocoon and be able to show people that who I really am. I'm a very actually outgoing person. I'm funny. I'm a very loving person. I'm very loyal. You know, there's a lot of good qualities. And right now, you know, for a long time, I really felt like, you know, I was going to grow old by myself. Nobody's going to want anything to do with me because of my teeth and be this and that. And so I've hidden myself away for probably the past 5 years now, actually. And instead of trying to put myself out there, because nobody's going to look in my way, I should say, until I'm able to step out of my comfort zone and put myself out there. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to want somebody that, you know, just lays around and watches TV all day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always somebody out there for everybody, you know, and I really honestly believe that. And I know that my somebody's out there somewhere. And eventually, hopefully, I will find that person because, you know, I'm really tired of being by myself. I just turned 38 in September, so, you know, I would like to meet somebody, you know, and I would like to get married once at least, you know, like, that would be wonderful just to be married one time at least. You know, I've always wanted to do that, but I never thought I was good enough, you know, like, I've been in abusive relationships, so I never thought that I, you know, still kind of think I will never meet somebody that's going to actually treat me decent. I always feel like, oh, it's just going to last for a short period of time and then their true colors are going to shine, you know? So, because of what I've been through. But that's not true because there is people out there that, you know, would be like, you know, oh no, they wouldn't treat me like that. And so that's why I'm trying to put myself out there. Um, and again, this is my first time, so I apologize if it's kind of boring or like random, like mumbling stuff. I know that the place that I'm going to live at has a computer. I don't know if they have a webcam or not, but I think I'd feel more comfortable getting a laptop with my own webcam to where I could do it in my room or something like that rather than using the computer in the office and then having people, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would just feel more comfortable that way in my own surroundings, you know? So hopefully, as I said, hopefully I can go to errands because I can't afford to just go out and buy a laptop. So hopefully I can go there and be able to get a laptop with a little you know, and then get a webcam from Walmart or whatever and start actually doing my YouTube videos live instead of just recording them like I'm doing right now. But I figured I'd give it a run, see if anybody watches it possibly. And if you do watch it, I apologize. I'm not exactly looking into the phone. Sorry about that. I get a little nervous. That's why I'm saying that this may not be the best one. So, but if you could possibly leave a comment just to give me like any ideas of something maybe better to do or another way of getting viewers, I would gladly appreciate that too. So, like I said, I'm kind of new at this, so I'm just kind of going at it as I go. So, but I figured I would try it out and see what happens, you know? I figure the worst that could happen is nobody watches my videos at all and they think I'm insane. So, but hey, you know, at least they think of me somehow, I guess. But yeah, that was the main thing, like I said. Shanann Watts is her name. I don't know if anybody has seen the video, but I would like to do a few videos on that because I have some things I'd like to get out about how everybody is very focused on Chris Watts. In reality, they should be more focused on Shanann and her children because I feel like he became more of a star, if anything, than he should have. You know, I mean, I think he's a monster. I really think he's a piece of shit, pretty much. And what he did was unacceptable. And I really believe that he got off easier than he should have. I mean, I honestly don't believe in the death penalty, but at the same time, the fact that he took his wife's life, their two children, and she was 15 weeks pregnant, and then put the kids in oil things, to me, that right there should have been a death penalty. I'm sorry. I really believe that he should have suffered for that instead of just spending the rest of his life, in prison where the taxpayers are paying to feed him and clothe him and, and he's getting commissary and he's getting TVs to watch and he's got you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's not going to be out free, but he still has a life. That's the point. He took away Shanann and his children's life, but yet he's able to continue his life, even though it may not be the way that he wanted to do it or whatever, but still, he still gets to breathe that air every day, and she doesn't. And I don't mean to get emotional, but I don't know, I just really, really, really was inspired by her videos because she made it seem like, you can have a life that you want if you just work at it and don't give up on yourself. Don't, let people put you down. Just know that, it's an everyday process that you have to work towards. And I don't know, like there's a movie coming out. It's called Chris Watts Confessions. And it's coming out on Lifetime. It's supposed to be airing tomorrow at 5 on YouTube or Hulu. And it really disgusts me because, yeah, I know Lifetime makes movies all the time about true stories and stuff, and that's not the point. The point is that it shouldn't even say anything about Chris Watts. Like, I just feel like him doing that has made him more, not popular, because that's not the word I want to use, but like, I don't know, like, it shouldn't say anything about him, honestly. It really should have more to do with the kids and Shanann's life. And I really believe that they should make a movie that's more about her, like, how she became Shanann, how she, or not became Shanann, but how she became that butterfly. You know what I mean? Like, show her as a teenager and becoming, like, going to these plays that she went to, and then how she, got out of her shell and became the person that she ended up being. That's what I think, anyways, rather than it being more about, Chris Watts. And, that's all you hear anymore, and it just disgusts me. And especially the one thing that upsets me the most, that really makes me mad, is the interview that Chris Watts' mom gave and was making it sound like Shanann was this controlling monster or something, like, oh no, my baby would never do that. Like, almost like she made it sound like he provoked her to do that, and that really disgusts me so mad. Like, I just wanted to literally slap that lady in the face the way she was saying that. And I understand it's her son, I get it. But, I mean, come on. Like, I don't care. That does not matter. He still took he still took people's lives. It doesn't matter if they were his kids or not. That does not give him the right to take their lives. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't do anything wrong. They weren't there to stand in his way. He could have easily walked out that door and never looked back. That would have been 10 times better. She could have moved in with her parents, saved up money or whatever, continued with her thrive. She could have got her own home or whatever, like, she could have continued with her life. And, she could have really helped a lot of people. I mean, she still has already helped people, even though she's no longer here. But just the fact that she's not here, and I'm very passionate about this story because, and I don't know why, because I've watched a lot of these stories, and yeah, but there's just something about her that I just cannot get out of my head. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, she just really motivated me. Like, she could have been a motivated speaker pretty much, and I just, like, I think the biggest thing is not being able to tell her thank you for, you know, just being her, basically, just being able to, tell you that it doesn't matter, like, what background you come from, or if you don't have a lot of money, like, you can make your life however you want it. Like, you just have to work towards it. It may be hard. You may want to give up. There may be days where you're just like, this is too much. I'm not getting anywhere. I can't do it anymore. And you just want to throw in the towel. But, when you watch her videos and stuff, even with 2 children and doing her Thrive business, she was just still, like, just full of energy, full of life, and just amazing person. Like, I didn't get to meet her, but, like, she just seemed like an awesome, awesome person. Like, she really made me feel like, that there was hope at the end of the rainbow, basically. You know what I mean? Like, I would do anything to be able to, talk to Shanann's family, or be able to leave them a message and let them know that their daughter has really made me, come out of my shell. Because, I mean, I really think that that family has been through so much, and they're still going through things. I mean, people are just got the weirdest thinking. Are they like, I've seen some comments about how, she must have pushed him, or she must have said something that, made him go off. And that's not true. I mean, he had that planned. That's the really sick thing about it, is he's had that planned. Like, he knew when Shanann walked in that house that she was never going to walk back out that door. Like, I really believe that he was ready and for her to had it all planned out. And I know a lot of people want to say that his girlfriend, or whatever, ex-girlfriend now, had no involvement, but I believe she did, because there's a video, a matter of fact, that shows, okay, so he moves his truck, and it shows it on the neighbor's camera. Well, then there's a red car that moves too, that was right next to the house. And then right after Chris Watts leaves in his truck, I think it's like 5 or 10 minutes after, there's a lady coming out of the garage. So, and gets into that red car. And I really believe that his ex-girlfriend or whatever had something to do with it. I really do. I think she was there, and because I think Shanann showed up a night early. I think she was supposed to come back the next afternoon, and she ended up showing up at 2 o'clock that morning. And so I think she hid somewhere in the house or something. And I mean, maybe she didn't know about it, but I think she was there, and she didn't stop it. That's the thing, is she didn't stop it. I think that she put it in his head that, you're not going to be able to just be with me, with your family, and I think that's the only way that he could think to be able to get out of that marriage, is by killing her and the kids. And I really believe that she's the one that put the bug in his ear, because he seemed very, like, kind of gullible. Like, you got a woman that's, got a nice body. It's not your wife. It's somebody that haven't slept with a lot. It's all brand new to you. So, of course, it's going to be exciting. And so when they tell you these things, or they give you these ideas, you're going to want to take them and run with it. So, and that's what I believe happened, is I think that she made him feel like, that he wasn't going to be able to, live without having to pay child support, or, Shanann was pregnant by at that time too, and so that's another baby coming into the world. And so I think she made him feel like, he just had no other choice. And I really, really fully believe that she had something to do with it, because she erased some text messages but left other ones. I mean, come on, like, why would you do that if you didn't have... And then she moved and changed her name. So I think she knew that she did something wrong, and most people don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, even Amber Fry didn't even do that. She kept her name and her last name. Yeah, she wrote a book, but, I mean, she didn't change her name and leave town. So I'm just saying, like, it's crazy, because I remember watching that video, a matter of fact, and I remember seeing a lady coming out of the garage right after Chris leaves. It's like just a few minutes after he leaves. A lady walks out of the garage and gets in that red car. And I'm telling you, I know it was that girl. I know it was, because it was her little shape and everything from the pictures I've seen and all. I'm telling you, it was her. And I honestly think that because he had drugged her, I think she's the one that had the pills and gave them to him. And I don't know if, I think because he was saying that he wanted her to have a miscarriage, which, come on, people aren't stupid. You're not going to have a miscarriage by having a few pain pills. You know, yeah, it might make you overdose if you get too many or sick or whatever, but it's not going to make you have a miscarriage at almost 16 weeks. You know what I mean? So that was just stupid for him to even say that. And I really believe that he did that because he knew Shanann would have been able to overpower him. And I think that that's why she was there, is to help him maybe hold her down or something. Like maybe she did try to fight back. And I think that she was maybe she had her hands, you know, holding her arms and legs down possibly, or her hands down. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm just saying that I really believe that she was there that night. And I think that she knows what happened from the time it happened until the end of it. And I don't know. I just got that feeling that she knows, and that she doesn't want to cop to it because she knows that she's going to look at time in prison, you know? But, because I guess she was into like dark stuff and was talking about wanting to kill people and just weird stuff, and then all of a sudden his family comes up dead. Come on. Like, I don't know. And I honestly believe the girls were already gone when she got there, because she was looking at her phone when she went into the house, and she kind of got this weird look on her face, and I'm thinking maybe she seen the girl in the house and was like, what's going on here, you know, because she kind of looked concerned when she walked in. She kind of looked in like, you know, like most people don't do that when they go into their homes. And I really believe that either the girl went upstairs possibly and she happened to walk by as Shanann was walking in, and maybe she caught her off guard, and I think that's why Shanann went up to the upstairs right away. And I think maybe she might have walked in on him and her possibly, and maybe that's, you know, I don't know. I just know that there's more to the story than what he's going to ever tell, because he doesn't want to get her in trouble, you know. So, but I really believe that they held Shanann down or something, because she seemed pretty strong enough, especially with her babies being at risk like that. I really believe she would have fought tooth and nail to get to those girls and make sure they were safe. So, I mean, she was a very loving and caring and giving mother. Like, I'm not saying she was perfect, nobody is, but I mean, she was very devoted to those kids. Like, I know she would have gave her life for those kids, you know. And I really think that, you know, he had already killed one of them, and I think maybe she found out, and maybe, I don't know, maybe she freaked out or something, and or maybe he made her like a cup of tea or something because she wasn't feeling good, and put the drugs in there, and then as soon as she passed out, I think is when he decided to choke her. But how do we not know that she's not the one that choked her? You know what I mean? Like, that it may not even have been Chris. It might have really been her, and he's just covering it up because he doesn't want her to get in trouble, you know? But again, I'm not sure. I mean, this is speculation. I could be wrong too. Like, I could be completely far off of what really happened, but I just know that something happened. I think there's more to the story than what people are saying. So that's just my giving of it. And that's another thing I would like to talk about too, is stories and stuff of, like, you know, those type of things. So, because I'm very, very passionate about that kind of thing, and I, I don't know, I just think it's crazy how things like that happen. And so, especially the Shanann one, I really want to bring awareness, you know, of red flags, you know, with guys and stuff, because sometimes you just don't know, you know, like, I can meet a guy and I know if they're going to be good or not. Like, it's weird. I've just gotten that good at knowing a person before they even know me. You know, it's weird. Like, if I meet somebody and I get this weird off the wall feeling about them, I don't want nothing to do with them, because then I know something is not right about them, and I'm always right. So, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I don't mean that either. I'm not saying that, oh, you know, I know everything, because that's not true, but I just been through so much, you know, that I know what to look for. So, but anyhow, so I'm going to get off here and eat. And then my medicine's kind of kicking in, so I think I'm going to try and lay down and play my game for a while, and then maybe go back to sleep. So But I will be on tomorrow for sure. I'll probably do a morning recording and start doing recording at least a couple times a day. And like I said, as soon as I get paid or whatever, I'm going to go down to Aaron's and try to get a laptop that I could rent so that I can start doing live videos. So I hope people just subscribe to my channel and give me a chance, because like I said, I'm gonna be an open book. I'm gonna talk about the Shanann case, any other cases that I can find that haven't really broke news that should be on YouTube. Just pretty much all kinds of little things like that. So again, my name is Anna. And I do hope that I see everybody again, and I will be making more eye contact. Like I said, I'm just really nervous, so I'm not very good at being on, like, especially if I know other people are going to be watching it. So, but I do appreciate people if they have watched it or taken the time out to watch it. I do appreciate you doing that. Just leave a comment if you did watch it. Let me know what you think. I know that it's not going to be the best, so I'm not expecting people to be like, oh, this is going to be cool. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to let you know, like I said again, this is my first time, so, and being recording is a lot different than being live and being able to look at the comments right away. So, but again, I will comment you back right away, so I'm really good at that. And I will check tomorrow and see if anybody has watched it. Hopefully I get some people to respond back. And if not, that's okay too. I'm not going to worry too much about it, but I would appreciate people to maybe take the time out to look at it, because I do believe that I can help people out. I really think I could, and that's what I want to do. That's what my passion is to become an advocate type thing. And I'd like to be an advocate to where it's in different areas, not just in a specific topic, but like life in general, pretty much, children things, teenager things, pregnancy, losing a loved one, being in an abusive relationship, whatever the problem may be, self-esteem, just whatever. Like, that's what I want to do, is be able to help in more than one area, because I really believe that's why I'm here, is to, help other people and to make a difference in somebody else's life, to where maybe they don't have to go through some of the things that I've had to go through the hard way. So, but yeah, that's what I want to do. So, everybody have a good and safe night. It's now 12 o'clock, so it's actually the next day. But still, I just wanted to get on here and try and reach out to people and see if that's a possibility. And like I said, I will be doing another recording tomorrow, so I will try to get better at it as time goes on. And when I get a laptop, I will definitely set up like kind of a background type thing to where it doesn't look just, weird. But like set up a cute little background thing and stuff, so that when I talk and everything, you're not just looking at the wall or whatever. There's, something pretty to look at. So, and as I said before, I am funny too, so I might do some jokes here and there or make, whatever. So it definitely will probably keep people's attention, or if you're bored or whatever, and I'm sure that people will have comments to leave. And I just would like to ask, if it's something like really mean or like rude, I would honestly appreciate it if you wouldn't put it on there, because I really don't need. I mean, I do expect people to give me like bad reviews too, but I'm trying to really get my self-esteem back up, and so I'm not saying I'm gonna shut my channel down just because somebody says they don't like me. I mean, that's a given. I mean, there's gonna be people that are gonna have opinions and think that, oh my God, this girl's fucking nuts. So I'm gonna be ready for that one, but I would appreciate it if people would be decent enough to try to keep those kind of comments to themselves, because, I am just starting out right now, so, I really don't know exactly what I'm doing here, so I'm doing my very best. So again, everybody have a good night, and I will be on tomorrow. So if anybody has any ideas for any topics, or or any concerns or just want to bullshit, whatever, I probably will cuss a lot as well. So if you have any children or anything like that, that you don't want to be, listening to the cuss words. And I mean, I'm not going to cuss a lot, but I am an open book, and I feel like sometimes I might be very passionate about something, and say, well, that's really fucked up, or that's bullshit, those type of things. So I just want to let you know that ahead of time. So if you have children in the room or anything that you don't want them hearing those type of words, I want to be respectful enough not to say that, because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me or in front of my kids. So, but again, I will let everybody go now, and I will be back on tomorrow. Bye.